What's up, sports fans and fanettes? Actually, fanettes is that even a word?
It is now.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with it. Anyways, we're cheering from the cheap seats. I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam.
What's going on? Welcome to our very first episode.
After a long wait, I feel like we teased this 2 months ago. but
Probably more like 2 years ago.
and it's my fault. I know that. But here we are, working hard.
We're finally here. I mean, honestly, we have been planning this podcast for what? A year and a half?
At least
like
a year.
Yeah.
Before COVID, actually.
Yeah, stupid COVID ruining everything. But anyways, we're super excited to finally bring you our first episode. We're just ready to do this, ready to bring you guys reviews of our favorite, well, not really our favorite, but just reviews of all the ballparks that we get to go to.
Any venue we can afford.
At the moment,
to go
yes.
to.
At the moment, yes.
Give us money. Just kidding.
Not really. We're pandering, guys. We're sorry. We're not even 30.
Until we get sponsors, we have to beg.
Yeah, we're not even 20 minutes in, and we're pandering. But anyways, so before we even get started, by telling you guys what we're reviewing and how we're going to do the whole thing, I thought it'd be best if you guys got to know us a little bit. Just we already introduced ourselves, but we are here because we're both big sports fans, and we just thought it'd be nice for you guys to just kind of get to know where our fandom lies, and I mean I think that's a good way to start this.
No, absolutely.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Oh, you're doing a great job. Go for it.
Well, thanks a lot. Well, let's see. I grew up in Virginia, so like a couple of my teams, you'll wonder, well, why does he live in North Carolina and likes those teams? But I wanted to put that out there that I did grow up in Virginia, so that's where a lot of my fandom lies. As a kid, I was a big MLB and NFL fan, so of course my NFL team is the Washington Football Team, worst name ever. But I'm a fan. I got to roll with it. I got to root for them. But I am one of those people that really wishes they would get a name.
Are we officially saying we're refusing to say the R word here?
We definitely can't say the R word.
Okay.
Not unless we're specifically talking about an old school team. And when I say old school, we're talking like 3 seasons ago. But anything newer than 3 seasons ago, we can't say the R word. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, NFL. I'm a Washington fan. Unfortunately, a lot of heartbreak there.
And spoiler, you'll see a trend in his
Oh,
his sports fandoms coming up.
All right. So yeah, MLB. I am a Baltimore Orioles fan, which is I feel nowadays is even worse than being a Washington Football Team fan. But that just goes back to my roots of living in Virginia, and that's just who my grandparents and my dad rooted for. So I got to roll with it. Got to roll with the orange and black, no matter what. No matter how much they might suck, and how many seasons they might lose 100 games. But I love my birds. And then with I guess since we're staying on talking about baseball, I'll go to minor league baseball. We're both from the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. So, and Winston-Salem does have its own single A team. I guess it's high A now, air quote. Stupid realignment of minor league baseball, but that's another story for another day. But Winston-Salem does have its own team, so I like to support the home team and root for the Dash.
Go Dash. Though I do miss the Warhogs. That was such a better name.
See, I never got to experience the
man.
Warthogs, but like as a kid, like I would scroll through all the minor league teams and see Winston-Salem Warthogs, and I'm like, that's a cool name.
The Dash is growing on me, but their mascot Wally the Warthog was just so much cooler. And my brother, he's probably like, oh, what about the Spirit? I remember that. Sure, I don't remember that much.
That's way before my time. So. And then stay with minor league baseball. Once again, grew up in Virginia, so I am a Norfolk Tides fan, and yes, I call it Norfolk. No,
What is the proper way to say that?
I go with Norfolk.
Because I read it and I want to say Norfolk.
Well, a lot of people like to go with Norfolk, but like I think it sounds crazy and dumb, so I just go Norfolk.
We're from the South. We say Norfolk.
Yeah, exactly.
Shorten any word any way we can.
Yeah, like my stepdad is from Pennsylvania and he calls it Norfolk, so I guess it's a northern thing. You know, no offense to you Yankees out there, but you know, we're from the South. We're going with Norfolk. If you want to go really fancy, it's Norfolk. Norfolk.
Norfolk. Kind of like Nolans, but Norfolk.
Norfolk, yeah. So yeah, I'm a Tides fan. Been that way since they were an affiliate with the Mets. They were an affiliate with the Mets for a long time, and then they went to the Orioles. So of course, an Orioles fan, I'm excited that they have the Tides as their AAA team. And then since we've known each other, I have really enjoyed going to see the Greensboro Grasshoppers. I really enjoy going out there to see a game.
Yeah, it might be a little heresy living in Winston, but I almost prefer Grasshoppers. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah,
a later episode down the road.
I know where your wife Kelsey
yes.
lays. Yeah, she's a big Grasshoppers fan.
Very much so.
So,
but yeah. Anyways.
And then when it comes to basketball and hockey, those are two sports that I really haven't gotten into a whole lot until recently. So, my fandom there doesn't actually lie in my Virginia roots. I actually root for the Carolina teams in both of those. So for the NBA, I am a Hornets fan, as crappy as they may be sometimes, but. Actually, I think they actually would have made the playoffs this year if LaMelo hadn't got hurt.
Possibly, but I'm actually.
On the brink.
I'm glad. I'm happy rooting for Phoenix this year, because
Okay, yeah.
So I'd be torn if it was Chris Paul's team and Hornets. So
for all you know, Chris Paul went to Wake Forest, and Wake Forest is in Winston. So
even better, he went to West Forsyth High School.
That's right, you did post that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook.
Fellow Titan. So
that's pretty cool. I admit that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a Hornets fan.
Did you follow the? Were you a Bobcats fan when that happened?
I want to say I went to one Bobcats game, but like that was. Like I moved down to North Carolina. I'm trying to think exactly which year it was. I was in the middle of 8th grade, so that put it 2002 maybe.
I don't know what year.
Yeah, that's too much math for me.
Right.
But so that, well, I mean, I knew about the Bobcats. I went to one game. But like, it's a little before where I was really into basketball. So
yeah.
So yeah, I guess I didn't follow them a whole lot.
I said I was a Bobcats fan, but then I had never been to a game, and they said Michael Jordan decided he was changing the name back. I'm like, okay, I will not go to a Bobcats game. I will wait until they're the Hornets again.
Yeah, I definitely like the Hornets name a whole lot better, anyways. Which is another thing we'll get into, because like I think for what I understand, the Hornets name comes from like a historical kind of it's one of those names that's named after a historical kind of thing, And I love names that have some kind of meaning behind, like historical meaning behind it or historical story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Spoiler alert: that'd be a episode one day talking about our favorite names,
Best team names,
or
aka
even our
worst team names.
So yeah, NBA lies with the Hornets, and then NHL would be the Hurricanes. Definitely got into hockey a whole lot recently, especially now the Hurricanes have actually had a pretty decent team last couple of years. Like they've actually been really fun to watch. So, I'm not. I love me some college football. Don't really have a team anymore. Back in the early 2000s, I was a big Miami Hurricanes fan. Of course, as a kid, you see the team that's just running roughshod over everybody, and of course that's going to be a team you pick. But I guess I was a bandwagoner. I didn't really know the name of that as a kid, but as an adult, I guess you could say that's what I was.
It's okay. Many Patriots fans will agree with you. Your way of choosing there. So.
Sorry, Patriots fans, but you know it's true.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm definitely not sorry.
So you're a free agent when it comes to college football.
Yeah,
right now.
I don't have a specific team, but I do root for some of the North Carolina teams. Like since I moved to North Carolina, I've always been a State fan. Of course, red is my favorite color, and they're the big school with red in their color scheme. So I've always liked NC State. Of course, now I like NC State a little bit more because my sister is going to State. But so I like State. I've always had a thing for Appalachian State. Yeah, I know. This man right here went to Western Carolina. So,
which sports wise, football wise, is not much to be proud of.
Anyways, they did just recently get a new head coach, so we'll see where that leads. But
the Panthers head coach came from there way back when.
Oh yeah. But so back when both App and Western weren't in the SoCon, they had a little bit of a rivalry going. So I understand your animus towards App, but
yeah, we definitely hated them more than they hated us. It was a one-sided rivalry.
That's okay. I mean, a rivalry's got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, Appalachian was a college that I visited and wanted to go to after high school, but things didn't work out. So I've always kind of had a thing for them, and then kind of started rooting for UNC Charlotte, the Charlotte 49ers. Recently, like I just for whatever reason I have something for the smaller schools, and I don't know what it is. I guess because everybody else around the state is a UNC or a Duke fan, or I don't know. That's pretty much it. when it comes to North Carolina, unless you are a State fan, which you don't see too many of those outside of Raleigh. So usually it's UNC and Duke.
Yeah, it's like 75% UNC or Duke, and then the rest is, tries to root for Wake Forest or State.
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping most of them are like me, to where I just can't stand UNC and Duke, so I just choose another team to root for.
Yeah.
And I just like seeing the smaller schools do well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoy seeing that.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of same way with college basketball. Like I don't really have a team, but I do try to root for those teams. What else is there? MLS. I have been. I don't really follow the LA Galaxy a whole lot like I used to, but I was a big fan only because I was a Landon Donovan fan. Like I really like Landon Donovan, so he played for the Galaxy. So I kind of enjoyed rooting for them.
Isn't that where did Beckham play for them too?
He did.
Okay.
He did. Yeah.
I don't know how long ago that was.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I'm a newer soccer fan.
That's okay.
Sorry, football for you international listeners.
Yeah, don't fuss us. Don't fuss at us.
We're Americans. We call it soccer.
Yeah, sorry. But Charlotte's actually getting their own football team next year, right?
And I cannot wait.
Oh, I'm super excited. And maybe the Galaxy will come to Charlotte, and that'd be kind of fun to go see. That's a long way to go, but
well, my dream is Messi retires in the MLS, as many international players are want to do, and
like David Beckham.
Yeah, Rooney.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know. But hopefully he'll come and play somewhere MLS, and I'll get to go see him in Charlotte.
That would be nice. I mean, I'd be okay with that. Outside of MLS, I guess the only other soccer team that I have any kind of I root for or follow in any way is probably Manchester United.
I don't think I knew this.
You didn't know this, huh? Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm breaking this man's heart. Right here. If only we had a video camera, you could see his face. But you brought him up. You brought up Wayne Rooney, and I've always been a Wayne Rooney fan, and that's where he's best known to play at. And of course, it always goes back to that they have red in the color. So when I was trying to figure out a European, or I guess technically it's an English team to root for, I'm like, hey, Manchester United looks kind of fun. So that's who I chose to root for. Sorry.
We can try to change that.
What are we going to change it to?
I'll get there. I gotta have something for my teams that I'll talk about.
Oh, okay. That's right. You haven't gone yet. Oh, my bad.
You have any more? Cricket, professional cornhole, badminton.
There was a guy named Guy on professional cornhole. I thought that was kind of funny, but no, can't say I've ever watched cricket.
I've tried and I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, whoever's listening, if you actually understand the rules of cricket, can you please message in and let us know, and we'll actually give you the props, because like cricket and rugby is another one I've tried to watch, and like I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. So
we might have to do those as episodes where we watch a cricket match and don't look up the rules beforehand.
Just have an American take on it.
Yeah, just try to figure out what's going on, live.
I'd be kind of okay with that. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. Other than the fact that, I'm not as big of a professional wrestling fan as I was as a kid. Like as a kid, I couldn't miss, Mondays or Thursdays or Fridays, whatever day it might have, because I mean it changed so much over the year. But whichever day it came on, like especially Mondays when it was Raw and Nitro.
Monday Night Wars, baby.
Yeah, no, that was the best time to be alive right there. But I do still kind of follow it. Still have not given AEW a chance, which I'm ashamed of myself.
I don't watch it like weekly, but it's so good. Like
I've heard it's amazing. But yeah, other than just putting out the fact that, because there are going to be a few episodes too that might be wrestling themed, so I don't want to turn too many people off when we be like, hey, surprise, we're talking about professional wrestling. I'm sorry, we're wrestling fans.
Yes, this is the episode where we talk about men hugging in underwear.
I think you're watching the wrong kind of wrestling.
No, that's more UFC actually than professional wrestling.
Yeah. That's another thing I haven't really watched in years is UFC. Like, I mean, I still follow it every once in a while, but I don't like. I used to have a favorite fighter and own all the pay-per-views on DVD and stuff like that. But that's another one of those that I kind of have to get back into, but just I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's it for me. I guess I'll finally give you a chance to talk. If you want to,
Yeah, I think I'll put my 2 cents in. So, unlike Nick, I was born and raised here in North Carolina, Winston-Salem specifically. So, hence why I mentioned my Wake Forest fandom there. Not too much. Well, we've had some success.
Especially recently.
We're getting better in basketball and football, but I mean, the glory days was, for me at least, was when Skip Prosser was here. You had Chris Paul there and all those guys, but
don't forget about Riley Skinner and the ACC championship.
Oh yeah, I remember watching them. They won the ACC championship, went to the Orange Bowl and lost to Louisville.
I'm pretty sure it was badly too.
Yeah, it wasn't fun, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy those games. I always root for those over the Duke and UNC.
Of course,
I'll root for State too over those two. Now, if Duke and UNC's playing each other, well, I'll just change the channel. No, no, I'm just kidding. I'll. It depends on the year. Like when Zion was there, I was definitely rooting for Zion. And this year, it's hard. It'll be hard not to go with Coach K in his final year.
Last year,
so, and you can't deny his just incredible run. So.
Yeah, I don't think that whole rivalry is going to be the same without Coach K or Roy Williams to lead those teams.
No, absolutely not. But also for college, I also did hop a bit on the bandwagon in college football, Clemson. So I have my local team I support, which is number one. But if I got to have a good team to root for, I go with Clemson. So, but I have a reason because my first big college football game was at a Clemson game. So College Game Day was there. It was Georgia came into town. It was just big game feel, and it was amazing. So that's probably it for college. Let's see, touched on basketball, or NBA specifically. I watch when I can, but I'm not huge. I'm not following every game. I'm not watching every single game. But I'm a Hornets fan, so I called myself a Bobcats fan when they were there, but whatever, Hornets were so much better. And so, and obviously any team Chris Paul's playing for, I'm going with him. So I don't know.
Fair enough.
I don't know if he's on his fifth team now or something like that. But so I'll definitely be rooting for him this week in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I'm very interested to know if this is going to be like. It makes me wonder if he wins the championship, if this is going to be his last season, or if he's going to keep going.
I think he'll keep going.
Really? I know he's 36 now, something like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy that late 30s is old.
That's true. It's always been old for an athlete.
Yeah, I know. I guess when I was a kid, I looked at athletes and they're like, it's like, man, they're old, but they were only in their 30s.
Yeah.
So we can't all be Tom Brady. Yeah. So I guess I'll build up to my most favorite number one team in the whole world. So that'll be last. Soccer. I'm definitely excited for Charlotte FC to come. When I started rooting for Atlanta United just because, I like the Braves and, Atlanta team. They're the closest one. But screw Atlanta now. We got Charlotte.
That's right. Atlanta hasn't been very good the last couple of years anyway.
They were very good their first year.
Oh, they were very good.
Then it's just kind of like,
Well, Joseph Martinez got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last year or the year before? It was
maybe both. I don't know.
It was within the last couple of years, and they just have not been the same since he got hurt. So
yeah. And then the reason I scoffed at your Manchester United take is because when I was becoming after the World Cup when it was in South Africa, I'm like, I need to watch more soccer. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know who to root for. I'm going to go with Man United because that's the team I heard about. And my best friend, Steven, looked at me and he's like, no, bad. I'm like, oh, okay. So he turned me on to Chelsea. So, which they're not main rivals, but they're one of the big six in the Premier League. So that's what I go for. And it helps that we've got an American playing that just won the Champions League. So,
It's
Christian Pulisic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Didn't maybe I'm thinking of a different team. Didn't Chelsea have Tim Howard too?
I don't think so. He did play for a Premier League team.
What team did he play for? I can't.
I want to say it was like Everton, maybe.
Might have been Everton. Okay.
Or something like that. It wasn't one of the main six. Okay. Americans haven't had a whole lot of success overseas, but he's definitely won.
Forgive me for that mistake. I'm sorry. But I knew you played in England. I mean, I got that much right at least.
Yeah. And then Lionel Messi. I'll root with him. He's been for Barcelona since he was like 12. So I just want to see him win.
Yeah, very
everything.
Very interested to see if Barcelona brings him back or if he ends up going somewhere else.
I'll bring him back. It'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. I just heard that like their finances are horrible right now, and like they don't have nearly enough money to bring him back. But I'm sure. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they find a way to get the money to pay that man. So.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of soccer talk this episode, but it's okay though. Let's see. So soccer, baseball. Yeah, that's one I'm fairly newer in. A few years, but I've always called myself a Braves fan, but now it's just like gone off the charts. Like finally went to, I went to see them for the first time their last season at Turner. So what year was that? 2012?
No, it's
like 2015 or something like that. 2015 or 2016.
I want to say it was 2016.
Yeah, so I got to go their last season at Turner Field. And then not last year. That was COVID year. 2 years ago.
And then nobody went to baseball last year.
2 years ago, me and my wife went to SunTrust Park at the time, now Truist, and it was amazing. Just that ballpark. I love it. I hope to go back this year.
With you coming soon.
Yeah.
Turner Field last season was 2016.
Okay, I knew it was around there somewhere. Yeah. So, but yeah, so definitely I don't watch all the games because you can't. It's 162
That's
games.
Okay.
So,
I want you to name one person that watches all 162 games. So
I'm trying to think of something like.
There's just no way. Like I love me some baseball, but there's just no way I can sit down and have time to watch all 162 games.
And then I seem to miss all the good ones. Like last Sunday, like their epic comeback. I saw the highlights, but like I wasn't watching live. I'm like, dang, why is that the one I missed? But whatever, it is what it is. So now, football's king. It's the only sport that matters. You forget everything else.
American football, y'all.
American football.
Especially since we're in America. We're Americans in America. American football will always be king.
So, yeah, I've already talked about college, but whatever. NFL, the Panthers, I will live and die with that team. If they're good, I am like flying high. If they suck, then I just like want to die. That's not true. That's a bit harsh.
But accurate.
But yeah, no. my mood's affected by on Monday morning by how they did Sunday. So, yeah, and I don't know what to expect out of this season. Like new quarterback for us, Sam Darnold. So
I mean, you got a guy that's coming from the cesspool of the New York Jets. So I mean, that's where. I mean, I'm not hating on Jets fans. If you're Jets fans, I feel for you because I mean, I've already named off my teams, so you know how some of my years go.
yeah,
But like, wasn't Anthony Gaze the coach when
Adam Gase.
Adam Gaze Anthony? Look, I swear to God, I'm a sports fan. But yeah, Adam Gaze. I mean, he's probably considered one of the worst NFL coaches ever. So when you got him as your head coach, I'd probably suck too. So I feel for Sam Darnold.
I'm definitely hoping it was the team that where he had his struggles and they didn't just like ruin him. So hopefully he can have this is his second rookie year. We'll just give him that.
That's a good way of putting it.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my teams. Minor league, of course, Winston-Salem Dash, Greensboro Grasshoppers. That's I haven't been to too many of them. I've been to see the Pelicans, but in Myrtle Beach, but
that's okay. This is something we hope to change.
We'll fix that. So I guess we'll get into our 30 minutes in to the episode.
Nice. I didn't realize we had talked for that long.
We'll get into the actual topic of the episode. Nick, you want to tell us who we're reviewing today?
Oh, sure. So today we are going to review a local team here in Winston, and it is not going to be the Dash. Surprise, surprise. I mean,
twist. That's M. Night Shyamalan level twist right there.
Yeah, except for this one's not going to suck. Yeah, so a local team, and they call themselves the Carolina Disco Turkeys.
And their name and logo are amazing.
Everything about that team is amazing. I mean, well, maybe not everything because we haven't got to our reviews yet. So you'll find out what's amazing about them. But as far as the logo and the name, I will give it to you. Like, it is absolutely phenomenal.
And just to show how great like minor league baseball team names are, the team they were playing are the Boone Bigfoots,
which isn't like. If I wasn't a Disco Turkey fan, I might be a Bigfoot fan because that's a great name too. Like, I love it. Like, it just rolls off the tongue so well. Like, Boone Bigfoot. Gets me excited.
Oh yeah. So do you have any initial thoughts, or how do you want to do this? Go category by category, or just?
Yeah, I feel like what we should do. Well, first let me explain to our listeners how we're going to do this. So, we have decided that we are going to review our experience for any game that we go to, or any event that we go to, based on four categories. We're going to base it off of the aesthetic of the ballpark, the atmosphere. I say ballpark. Aesthetic of the stadium or ballpark, wherever that we're going to, the atmosphere, the food there, and the surrounding neighborhood. Because I mean, that's sometimes what makes a venue so fun is after the game, before the game, being able to do stuff within walking distance or quote unquote driving distance. So I mean, that's why I feel like even talking about the surrounding area, I feel like that's a fair thing to review. So, but yeah, we're gonna review it on those four categories. So aesthetic, atmosphere, food, surrounding area, and what we're going to do is we're going to give each category a score from 0 to 10. That's 0 to 10, and we're not gonna do anything too crazy with these scores. All right,
No,
No.
7.68 or anything like that.
No
Okay.
3.14. So don't get smart with that one either. So the craziest that we're gonna get is if you can get something like a 6.5 or an 8.5, then we can do that. So anything from 0 to 10 with .5, if we want to do that. All right. And then what we're going to do is we will add all our scores together. So I'll add my scores together. Adam will add his scores together, and divide by 4, since that's how many categories we're doing. And then we'll take both of our scores, add them together, divide by 2.
Get our one single score as a
Yes. And
podcast. And
yes, that would be our overall score of this ballpark team experience, whatever you would like to call it. And then what I thought would be kind of fun is we're gonna put those scores into 2 separate things. So the Disco Turkeys are a wood bat league, like a summer wood bat league. So I figured what we could do is any summer wood bat league team, stadium, or whatever that we visit, we can review all those and see how each of those stack against each other. So that'd be our one list. Our second list will be everything overall. So we can see how everything that we go to stacks up against everything that we've seen.
Should we even do a third one, like just all baseball? Like, so sorry, we're kind of having a production meeting on air here. Like, just do our wood bat league, and then a baseball, so that minor league, MLB, and then our overall event, like sport list.
So you're saying,
I don't know, three lists. Everybody loves lists. I don't know. Thoughts?
yeah, I mean, I guess we see how that goes. So we can do just summer wood bat, every team that we see for that, baseball, and overall. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and then when it comes to football, we could do college football sport altogether, and then just a running massive list of everything.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that then.
We'll play it by ear. We'll see what works.
All right, so just a little bit of backstory on the Disco Turkeys before we get to our review. They are actually playing in the stadium for the Winston-Salem Dash, Truist Stadium. So I'm fairly certain none of the wood bat leagues actually have a air quote stadium. They probably are sharing something with somebody. But so Truist Stadium was actually opened in 2010 and seats about 5,500 fans. But and they've actually been it has actually been the home of the Dash since 2010. They actually had another stadium long before then. But the Disco Turkeys have only been around since this year. This was actually their first summer that they started playing, so that was kind of exciting.
Yeah, and we made them our first review because when we were creating all of our social media accounts, they were the first follow we had on Twitter from a team of any kind.
I was super excited. Like, I never thought that just within a matter of a few days maybe that we created this, that professional sports team would actually give us a follow back. So we were super excited. So we both agreed that we needed to go to a game together and make them our first review. So that's why we're doing this. So anybody out there with the Disco Turkeys, we thank you guys for allowing this to be possible. So but yeah, so I guess now that we got a little bit of backstory about the stadium, about the team, I guess we can go into our reviews, and I feel like I've talked almost this whole time. So
You're so good at it, though. Go for it.
would you not like to go first to review
Uh,
up there?
so which category are we doing?
I guess we stop. I guess we start with aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
Yeah.
So when we talk about aesthetic, we're talking about like the presentation of the uniforms, or like the aesthetic of the park.
Yeah, I feel like you can group all those together, like the view of the ballpark, or view from the ballpark, or how the ballpark looks, and like team and mascot. And
mascot. I was going to ask about
mascot's
that.
an atmosphere. Yeah,
Okay, because the mascot, very important
yes.
aspect.
Yeah.
No.
So like ballpark look.
So for the ballpark, it's going to be tough because it does share the stadium with the Dash.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to probably talk about all this stuff whenever we get there.
Yeah.
But so the ballpark itself, it's I mean, I'd say it's your average minor league park. I mean, it's not run down. It's not dirty. It's fun.
It still looks pretty
it's
new.
clean. I mean, it's new. It's only 10 years old, 11 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
So, it's got good view of the skyline. Well, until they started building that stupid storage place right there.
I could spend so much time talking about how you're gonna ruin the view with the storage building next to it. But
anyway, it is what it is. I mean, it's not like a downtown Chicago skyline or anything, but like it is what it is. So I mean, it's where I grew up, so it's got a soft spot in my heart. What I will say specifically about the Disco Turkeys is I love how they really try to play into the retro theme. With like the video board, there's no video at all. It's like just like pixelated images that somebody created of the players, which was really impressive.
Yeah,
If they took the time to do that.
Retro feeling, it's amazing.
So that was really cool. And then the first and third base coaches, I love they came out wearing, well, not every inning, but they had these just really sparkly jacket, like disco jackets.
Yeah.
So and
in their defense, it was about 90 degrees outside.
That's
I'm
true.
I'm sure it's a little warm.
It's a bit toasty in there.
Speaking of the jackets, I'm pretty sure I read on I can't remember if it was Facebook or where I was reading that, but apparently they also get, like, if a person hits a home run, they also get to wear the jacket then. So we didn't see any home runs in our
that
game,
day.
So, but apparently that's a thing too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. The uniform, I don't really remember specifics about the uniform. I mean, they look cool. I mean, they're good colors.
Yeah, with the white and the orange and the
nothing made me want to like throw up or anything.
Oh yeah,
so
no.
I'd buy a jersey. So
I'm pretty sure they're on sale now. So
when I can afford it,
Okay,
when I can justify that
a little bit better, yeah.
nonsensical purchase,
Fair enough.
I'll get
Fair
it.
enough.
But I mean, anything to add for the aesthetic there?
No, like I'm like you. Like I was thinking the same thing when I was thinking about doing aesthetic. Like it's really hard to rate them on their aesthetic because it is the Dash's stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot I like about Truist. I mean, I like the wooden wall out in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me very Braves. I guess their stadium's Truist too. But it gives me very, very like vibes from where the Braves play. So I mean, and I like that. I mean the video board is nice. I've never been too impressed with the with the view from Truist. Like
Yeah, I mean,
like this. I mean, I know it's maybe a little too much to expect a whole lot from a minor league team, but like you might get a view of a few buildings, but you know, eh, it's really nothing to write home about. And then of course you mentioned that they built a storage building, storage whatever,
yeah,
right next to the stadium, which definitely does not help in
no,
things. And then I guess, and then of course it also sits next to a highway, which I mean, it's a highway. It's never going to impress
well,
visually with the highway.
I guess the highway doesn't really bother me just because I love driving on the highway and seeing the stadium right there.
Yeah,
So
that's nice. I'm
like,
just talking about when you're sitting in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like it's when you got a highway right next to it. There's really nothing, not a whole lot to look at. So
yeah, I guess we are judging game day experience, not the evening commute experience.
Yeah.
So,
but like you, I majorly enjoyed the video board. Like it reminded me very old school, just the pixelated faces and all their information, like their name and which college. Because I mean these are college kids, so there's they're not professionals that are racking up stats. They're there to play when they're not playing.
Yep.
But I like that they had their name and their positions and
had a couple Wake Forest, or well, at least one Wake Forest player there,
and a couple Carolina University, which is just a small little school here in Winston.
Side note: did you realize Winston-Salem has like 5 colleges just within it?
No,
It's like
I mean I know that the city is people talk about how it's growing, but I never realized there's actually 5.
But it's like these colleges have always been, well, not always, but like I mean, got Wake Forest, Winston-Salem State, Salem
College.
Girls College,
Yeah.
Carolina University, and then School of the Arts. So
I mean, if you want to come to school in Winston Salem, you definitely got
take your pick.
Yeah, you definitely got some good choices. But yeah, so I enjoyed that. Like that was probably aesthetic wise, that was probably my favorite part about the whole experience was just the video board.
Oh yeah, me too. Agreed.
Like somebody put in a lot of work to pixelate those faces on the players.
Yep.
So
we read. Do we go ahead and do scores after each category, and then or do them all at the end?
No, I think it'd be best to just go ahead and do scores. So.
All right.
So
got a guest here.
Yes, she's my puppy dog. She's very very needy, so she's trying to climb into Adam's lap over there. But all right. So if you could give a score to the aesthetic of the Disco Turkeys, what would you give it?
So I'm trying a method of not preparing beforehand for these scores. So I'm just gonna go off the cuff, whatever I give it.
Well, I mean, at least doing that, like it's probably an honest score, like because I mean, if you're just giving off something off the top of your head, then
so I'm gonna go with average. I'll give it a 6 on aesthetic.
Okay. All right, that's a fair score because honestly, like,
it might be a little high, but for the league that it is, but whatever.
I was actually going to go with a 6.5.
Okay, there you go.
I think, like, to me, the whole disco-y kind of thing, like the whole video board, and then the fact that the bass coaches would come out in the disco jackets, and just I think that kind of upped that score for me, because like I said, the video board was definitely my favorite part of the whole experience.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go with a 6.5, 6.5 for my score on aesthetic.
All right. So I'll let you start for the next one, the next category, wherever you want to go.
I guess we'll go with atmosphere. Continue with the A's. So the Disco Turkeys are a newer team. You know, like I mentioned, they just started playing at the beginning of the summer. So there weren't really a whole lot of fans there. I would say maybe 60,
like
70.
A handful. No. I'm bad about judging fans because it always seems less when it could be like, for all I know, it could be 100.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I just thought maybe 100 was a little too high.
Yeah,
so.
But I'd say 60, 75 or around there. It's mostly friends and family of the college players. So.
But like, and when it comes to the atmosphere, like, yes, there weren't a whole lot of fans, but the fans that were there were actually really loud. Mm-hmm. Like, there were quite a few of them that got into the game quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Like, which I feel like when it comes to something like this, you know, it's going to attract diehard baseball fans. So
yeah,
and I just. You know, I actually enjoyed that. Like, it felt, and two, and maybe this kind of takes away from some of the atmosphere, but like there wasn't a whole lot going on in between the innings. Like they had one mascot race, and that was all I remember. They didn't do anything else, did they?
No, I will say that was one of my disappointments. Was like, because you go to other baseball games, whether it's minor league or major league, between seems like every half inning, anytime they're changing, they're doing some kind of dance or contest with kids from the stands or whatever. But it was that one race, and then the seventh inning stretch, they did seem out of the ball game. But I mean, that was it.
Yeah, which like it was very and two, they didn't even have any like sound effects or like
no, I mean
stuff like that. Like I mean, sometimes if somebody hits a foul ball and it goes, then you hear the glass shatter.
Yeah,
or like there wasn't any of that either.
It was very. I think I even told you while we were there. It seems like it was very quiet.
It was very quiet.
When they weren't playing music, it was just quiet.
Yeah,
which was. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Which. As much as I was disappointed the fact that there wasn't sound effects, I will say, as quiet as it was and with as loud as some of the fans got, I think that's why it seemed so loud sometimes, because there wasn't music playing and whatnot. So like it felt very personable, or very, I'd say personable, very, very personal. Like like I almost felt part of the team.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like we could hear like the umpire and the catcher almost like talking to each other and stuff. So I mean, it was good for that,
Yeah, I do wish they would have had more sound effects and more things in between innings. The music was fantastic.
Yes,
they did a lot of, as you can guess, they did a lot of disco music, but
not all disco, but mostly discos, which. Well, that's what I want, going to Disco Turkeys.
Yeah, if you had a name like Disco Turkeys, you better be playing a lot of disco at your game. So, I mean, the music was nice. As far as the mascot, like, I was a little disappointed with the mascot.
Yeah, don't get me started on the mascot.
Like,
They tried.
Yeah,
they tried.
Like, you ever see the Bart Simpson meme where he's got the cake out and it says "You tried"? Like I feel like that's the whole thing with their mascot is I love the idea of just a baseball peacock walking around,
Mm-hmm.
which is what a disco turkey is. In case people don't know, it's a peacock. It's just it's nicknamed a disco turkey.
Don't feel bad. I had to look it up too when I found out about it.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure most people did, unless you peruse their website and saw that they mentioned peacocks in there and
Yeah.
kind of put two and two together. But I love the idea of a baseball peacock walking around, but like their whole mascot just it looked very cheap.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how mean I want to be. No,
Go ahead.
no, they tried. It looked like it was, and okay, I'm hesitant to say anything because it could be one thing where the person wearing it made it himself, and good job on him, making it himself, but it's a homemade. It looks very
good. Yeah.
It looks very like high school homemade. Like even I've seen some high school mascots that look better, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was no like peacock tail even, or if it was just
No.
like flopping
Now that
down.
you mention it,
so,
no, there wasn't. And two, like I feel like the mascot really disappeared for most of the game.
Yeah, I think I saw him like twice.
Yeah, like I like going to my minor league baseball games and the mascots just interacting with the crowd throughout the
Mhm.
whole game and whatnot. And I get that it was hot. I get that person inside of it needed a break, but like when I don't see you for 3 innings, it's like, well, I gotta knock your score off a little bit because you're the mascot. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So
Yeah,
I was very disappointed. Like that was we talked about our favorite thing being the scoreboard. The
Mhm.
mascot was probably my least favorite.
Yeah,
part
for
of
the
this.
presentation or game day atmosphere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is what we call it. But yeah, I mean, just to add, I mean, like the crowd was getting into it, like you said. They had some people. We got a mini wave going at one point.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
there was one. There was one guy. There's always that loud person in the stands that yells at the umpire. He wasn't yelling at the umpire, but he was. He was getting chants started, which some people followed along with. Let's go peacock or turkeys. See, I still struggle with calling them peacocks. But yeah, I don't really have much to add for that. So if you want to go with your score for that,
All right. So for my atmosphere, I'm gonna have to go with the 5.5. Like the way we just talked about it might make it sound like it's a little high, but like the fans that were there really got into it, which I really enjoyed, and like the music was fantastic. So those two things were fun about it. I can't go any higher because I can't get behind the like. I'm hoping as the team grows and they around for a while, they can get a better looking mascot.
yeah.
So
And I'm not opposed to revisiting parks, and maybe updating scores if we see fit.
Definitely.
But so you go out with 5.5.
I went with 5.
I'm just gonna go straight like 4.
You can go 4.
Just because the fans were into it. It wasn't. I mean, there wasn't many of them, and which it is what it is. It's my Woodbat Collegiate Summer League, so. But I mean, they could have at least played some sound effects.
I agree.
It was just too quiet, and hardly any interaction with the crowd that was there.
Yeah.
So had they done that, it could have bumped my score up, for me. But I'll do that. I'll go with a 4.
4. Okay. So I guess next one will be food.
Food.
So if you'd like to go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about the food. I just had a hot dog. I mean, you can't go to a baseball game and not get a hot dog.
I did.
Well, you can, but I decided to go for your standard, stereotypical baseball food, just plain hot dog. So I mean, nothing special. I mean, I could make the same thing on the grill. So, I mean, I don't remember the prices really. Were they decently priced? The food?
I feel like they were I feel like they were highly priced. Like I feel like for something like a wood bat league, like I feel like the food was a little expensive.
Wait, that's something I need to pay attention to more when we go to these, because I need to give opinion on pricing, but which they were probably using just the Dash's prices. I mean,
I'm sure.
whatever they're set at. So it's, I mean, what it is. What it is.
How the hot? Because you had hot dog and French fries, right?
Yeah.
So how did they taste? Like, did they taste okay? Or
I mean, it was good.
Just generic.
just generic. The fries are good. Or I mean, I'd say the fries were probably maybe better than average.
Okay.
But I mean, again, it's a hot dog, French fries, and a Pepsi. So, like,
okay. Yeah, like I can't. Like it pains me to kind of hate on the food, because like I get it that they're a small team, and like they didn't have a very big menu. Like their menu was not big at all.
Yeah, they only had like one of the concessions open even.
Yep.
So
yeah, and like they had your chicken tenders and a hamburger and a hot dog, and like I think they had some nachos, and then had your regular, your usual drinks and stuff like that. And I did not go with a hot dog. So you said that you can't go to a baseball game without a hot dog, but I did.
This guy can.
I actually had the chicken tenders and fries, which
they looked good.
They looked good, but I feel like for the price, like they didn't give nearly enough. Like I think I paid $8 for those. And
how many did you get? Like
I got 3 tenders, but the fries, like I feel like it was a little small fry from McDonald's. Like I feel like if you went to McDonald's, got a small fry and dumped it into a little container that I got, then that was probably as many fries as I got. And I was very disappointed at the amount of food I got for the price I paid. Like I was very very disappointed. They tasted all right. I mean, they tasted like you mentioned with your hot dog and fries. They tasted like a generic chicken tender and French fries. So they weren't nasty, but they weren't the greatest thing I've ever eaten either. So, but so yeah, I mean, food was just, it was all right.
I will say for my hot dog, I don't know if I had to order, like, I don't know if you can order chili and stuff on it, but they definitely didn't have many toppings just sitting out there for you. It was just ketchup, mustard, packs. I mean, that was it.
Yeah,
so.
the only thing that they really had was they had a Texas Pete barbecue sauce and Texas Pete honey mustard.
Yeah, dipping sauce. Yeah.
That was about all I saw.
Yeah. Which is good. I mean, that's typically all I put on my hot dog anyway. So.
I mean,
but
still, it'd be nice to have some chili.
Yeah, have the options.
So. But so yeah, food. Like to me, I would say, eat before the game or wait until after the game to go eat something.
Or have a snack at the game, and then eat again.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I guess you can always have one hot dog and then go eat again. But like I hate feeling like I'm hating on the food, but like that was probably my low point, because I feel like I paid way too much for the amount of food that I got.
Yeah,
so.
It's fair enough.
But all right, so you're up first. If you could give your what would you give the food?
I'll go with. I'm gonna go with a 4.5, and I know 5 would probably just be straight just average, but I would say the lack of options probably knocks
Fair
it down.
Point. Very fair point.
You know,
Yeah.
And you know, $8 for 3 chicken tenders is a little bit much.
And a small fry.
Yeah, and a small, a little better, but not much. But and who knows? I may just be cheap. That may be standard. So like,
well,
whatever.
I mean, we'll see,
We'll see.
On our other episodes how food stacks up, but compared to some other places I've been, I just feel like the amount of food and the price did not match up. And I get with a smaller team they have to make some money somehow, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it was a little overpriced. Me, I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I think I'm gonna go with that because I mean it might have been overpriced, but the food was decent. Like I mean, if you go in, you know what to expect with a chicken tender and fry, then that's what you're gonna get eaten there. So I mean,
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess I can't drop it any lower because it at least tasted like what I expected. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
It's hard not to compare, you know, these categories with places we've been to already, you know.
Yeah.
But like, cause there's one in my mind thinking about food that I don't want to give away because I hope to go back someday. But
well, me too. I was sitting here trying to not to compare it to
Yeah.
other ballpark foods I've had either. So
yeah, and that's one thing we were talking about. Like, how do we can't compare these minor league parks to major league parks because it's just there's no comparison. There might be some out there, some AAA team that's better than like the Tropicana field or something. I don't know.
I feel like that's most of them.
But
of course, I've never been to Tropicana. I'm just speaking on what I've heard about.
No offense to any. What team is that even? I don't even know. The Rays fans. Yeah. But yeah, so
or the Oakland Coliseum.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Those horror stories have been going on for years too.
Yeah. So for me, I'm trying my best. I'm not trying to compare. I'm just going to rate it, give it what I think it deserves, and then I might try to figure out some way when we get to ranking, mixing bigger stadiums in with the minor leagues to weight the bigger ones more. But that's I'll workshop that.
Yeah, and too, like I said, like I'm trying not to hate too much on some of the stuff going on with the Disco Turkeys because I know they are a new team. I know they are just a summer league team, but like I'm also want to be completely honest and let people know what to expect when they go here. So I guess the only thing left is our last category, surrounding area.
Yep. So this is
it's my well, I'm not gonna lie. While the stadium is right next to a highway, so I mean you can hop on the highway and go wherever you want around the city. There isn't really a whole lot to do around the stadium that I can think of. It's I mean it's close enough to if you want to drive, somewhere downtown, that you can definitely drive somewhere downtown within 5-10 minutes. So I mean you can definitely do that. But as far as like in the general vicinity of,
we're gonna hop on one of those little scooters they got scattered around the sidewalks.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. if that's your thing, then more power to you.
Yeah.
But as far as like in the general vicinity of the stadium, there really isn't a whole lot of restaurants or like bars or anything like that. So
I don't know. I guess I don't know the locations of the bars, and there's like maybe 3 downtown that I know there's way more than 3, but the 3 I've been to, I'm not exactly sure where they are in relation to the stadium. This is gonna make me sound bad living here all my life, but I don't know the layout of downtown Winston-Salem. But I mean, you could walk. I mean, it is downtown, like right on the edge of downtown Winston-Salem. So if you really wanted to go out, you could. I mean, would it be better to get an Uber to wherever you want to go? Probably, but you know, it's not the biggest city out there. I mean, but it is growing. I mean, there are plenty of bars and I don't know. I'm not the huge nightlife person, you know.
I've never been a bar person. So you're listening to the wrong podcast. If you wanted to talk about bars that you can go to in certain cities, we're sorry.
We'll have to have my brother on to talk about that. If you know, he's already asked. So, both of them. So nice. Billy and Brandon, we will both have you on at some point.
Going downtown. I mean, like, I'm just talking in the general, like, surrounding the ballpark. There really isn't a whole lot,
right?
But there are a lot of good options. You know, if you want to make the trek downtown. Like, one of my personal favorites is Sin Sin or Chin Chin. It's a CIN. So I've heard it pronounced Sin Sin. I've heard it pronounced Chin Chin. So I don't know. I'm going with Sin Sin.
Which I still need to go to.
I know
you've been telling me for years, and I still need to go.
Yeah, they're a little on the pricey side, but their burgers and fries are really good, and they have amazing milkshakes. So that's definitely a place to, if you're ever in Winston, going to a ball game or just visiting, then Sin Sin's definitely a good one. Do you have a favorite place you like to?
Well, if we're going to favorite places downtown, mine's probably way more expensive. But
I know where you're going with this.
Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse.
Oh, see, I completely forgot about Cowboy. I guess because it is so expensive.
Yeah, it's probably not the best to go to after a ball game, but a special occasion place for sure. Like, I've been for birthdays, you know, and it's just all you can eat, just meat. You know, that's the best way to describe it.
For all you guys out there that just love like steak and chicken, and they got ribs and lamb, and just they come around and cut as much off as you want, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
but make sure you go hungry if you
absolutely didn't eat the whole day. I knew I was going, but I probably need to find like a smaller little local joint. I mean, it is. I guess it's a local place, but like a smaller, like mom and pop type place. But I'm gonna have to get back with you next episode on that one.
Yeah, I don't. See. Well, that's okay. I don't. Sin Sin's really the only one I can think of that's downtown. Like, I don't. My wife doesn't enjoy going downtown very much. Yeah. She's not like driving downtown, so we don't go downtown very often.
Shoot, I live downtown and I don't go downtown.
So
I tell Kelsey all the time, it's like, we don't take advantage of living downtown with all these restaurants. We're trying to figure out what to eat, and we go to the same crappy chain restaurants. So, but oh well,
y'all need to change that.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and review what we think about the surrounding area to Truist Stadium. I'm gonna go with another 5.5. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to do. Like if you walk right outside the stadium, there's really not going to be a whole lot. You're going to find maybe a couple gas stations and some houses. Mm-hmm. But but I will say that like a 5-10 minute drive down the road, you know, going towards, you know, more downtown or whatnot, there are some good places to eat, good places to hang out. So I think that's why I'm gonna go with the 5.5, 5.5.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go.
Be honest about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. A 5.5. I kept wanting to go 6, but that other half point was only because, you know, hometown. You know, and it's 5.5 is probably still getting the bump for that. So
Yeah.
that's about right.
Gets that bump for Sin alone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that. I mean, we've talked about all four of the categories. So I guess the only thing left to do is, see where our scores lie. You want to pull out your phone and
Yeah,
we'll.
do that. I would have made a spreadsheet because you know how I love spreadsheets.
Yeah.
But I was too afraid to minimize this screen, the software screen, and I'm afraid that we would lose everything.
That's okay. I'd rather keep the whole episode that we just recorded than
Right. It's like, I mean,
have a spreadsheet right now.
calling you tonight, Nick. We got to record it all again. It could still happen. I don't know. Don't you put that evil on me.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right. So I guess we'll do my.
We'll do yours first.
Mine first. Okay.
All right. So you got a 6, and a 4, and a 4.5, and a 5.5.
So that's
20.
20 is so 5 average for me.
Yours is
Very
5 average. Nice.
middle of the road.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So hold on. Well, 5. Okay. And then mine is 6.5, 5.5, a 4, and a 5.5.
21 and a half divided by 4. 5.375.
Of course, I'm going to have the weird number, aren't I?
All right. I'll go ahead and add to my 5 and divide by 2. We got, drum roll, 5.19. So you want to round it to 5.2?
Yeah, let's go 5.2.
5.2. Our very first, your official cheering from the cheap seats ballpark rating.
It's a 5.2 out of 10 for your Carolina Disco Turkeys. Congratulations, guys.
Which that seems fitting for the league. You know what it is.
Yeah. Like I don't want anybody listening and hear, oh, it's a 5.2 out of 10, and being like, it's not really worth going to. It's a fun time. I think actually now that there's something that I completely missed mentioning is the fact that you can buy a general admission ticket and sit wherever you feel like.
Oh, I completely forgot. Didn't think about that.
Yes. So that definitely added to the experience.
Yeah. So, yeah, because we're called cheering from the cheap seats, but we were, bought a ticket and we were sitting like 3 rows behind home plate.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys would agree that if you get any opportunity to sit a couple rows behind home plate, then you're going to sit a couple rows behind home plate.
Yeah, but
Don't hate us.
I assure you, we will live up to the name, and when we get
More
to
than
some of these
once.
bigger events.
Yes.
But I think as far as our review portion, that's it. Do you?
I just like I was talking about, like I don't want anybody here to 5.2 and go, they're not really worth checking out. I had fun at this game.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed going out to the ballpark. I just feel like if you're going out there, you need to know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
This isn't your big budget baseball team that's going to put on, all these different things. It's not, at least right now, it's not going to attract hundreds of fans or even thousands of fans. And then I would definitely say that if you're going to either eat before or after, because the food is a little overpriced for my taste. Might maybe sound a little cheap, but I feel like that's just my opinion. But I would definitely say, if you're in Winston in the middle of summer, definitely let me check out the Disco Turkeys, because it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a different experience. I just don't want this number to throw anybody off.
Yeah.
I just want to be completely honest with my reviews.
Right, and if we find these ratings aren't exactly kind of reflecting if we get to doing a few and we feel that they're not exactly reflecting what they should be, then we can rework. We can tweak some stuff, and we might. But this is what we've decided on right now. So this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and I feel like a 5.2 is fair, like you said, for the kind of thing that we're talking about.
Yep,
but,
exactly. So before we get off here, I will say this episode is going probably a bit longer than normal ones are. It's the first one we were kind of introducing ourselves, telling what we're all about, plus our normal topics.
Mm-hmm.
So most probably will not be this long. Some of you like long podcasts. I typically like, around 45 minutes to an hour, but
yeah, that's usually. After that, you might start losing people's interest.
Yeah, or them putting it on that 1.5 times speed there, where I sound like a chipmunk. But and we will try to do this bi-weekly. I don't know if we said that earlier, but we will do our best to get an episode out every other week. We're just getting started, so we're new at this. And we're gonna alternate. So, did we talk about the plan earlier at the beginning? No. Okay.
Nope.
So, I guess I'll do that now. So, we're gonna alternate a review and another topic, whatever be it. Probably be a lot of lists, top 10, top 5 lists of different things that we think of.
Yeah, so I hope you guys like lists.
Yeah,
I mean, there's gonna be quite a few of them.
So we'll probably do one of those next episode.
I feel like with it being the middle of baseball season, because as we're recording this, the All-Star game is like maybe a week away. Is it a week or 2 weeks?
I know they've announced a roster, so it's not far.
I think it's probably a week away.
Yeah.
But so it's right in the middle of baseball season. So I feel like continuing with our baseball theme, I think our next episode is going to be our top, maybe not top 10. I might just talk about bucket list baseball stadiums, MLB stadiums to go visit. So. But I think we'll continue on this topic and talk about places that we would love to visit.
Yeah. So,
but that's the plan for now.
Yep. So y'all can look forward to that in 2 weeks. Hopefully 2 weeks. Do our best.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So, do you want to tell them where they can find us?
Oh yeah. So definitely, if you guys want to find us on Facebook, I know. I love Facebook. I'm sure there's probably a lot of you out there that love Facebook as much as I do, but definitely look up our group. It's Cheering for the Cheap Seats. We encourage, we'll definitely share different games that we're going to, and we encourage everybody to share where they're being able to go to a game. And we also encourage sports memes and just stuff that you feel like sharing. And that's on Facebook, cheering from the Cheap Seats. We're on Instagram at Cheer Cheap Seats, and then we're also on Twitter at Cheer Cheap Seats. Or I'm sure you can probably find us under Cheap Seats Podcast too. So look up either one of those. And then if you just love TikTok, I know we both are TikTokers.
Oh, really. Yes.
Yeah. We actually do have a TikTok. It's not a whole lot going on right now. I think I have 2 videos up, but we're at Cheer Cheap Seats on TikTok too. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for now.
Good. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, basically wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you're listening on Apple, just be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. I know that goes a long way in helping us get found.
Please do.
So just any support, tell your friends, tell your family, go outside, yell it across the street, do whatever you got to do to spread the word.
I mean, we'd even be okay with you getting a banner on an airplane and flying it overhead. Hey, listen to Cheer for the Cheap Seats.
Yes, anything.
Yeah, we'll take it all. But I guess that does it for us. Unless you got anything else to add.
I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, we really appreciate you listening, and until next time, keep cheering.
See ya.